our heat pump died, so we had the unique opportunity to buy a new one, which means to pay for it for the next 2 years, which is what we're doing. So they installed it, and we've had dumb thermostats and haven't had a smart thermostat. And so then I went, I was setting it up. You can't even get into the basic setup of the thermostat without connecting it to your Wi-Fi. And then I was like, now I got to get subnets on my network for only this other stuff. Like then my whole, like all of my tinfoil hat alarm bars went off. I was like, well, I got to do something different about this.
Well, what did you think? Like, how is it going to be smart if it doesn't connect to your Wi-Fi?
That's a fair question. I was surprised that I needed to get it on the Wi-Fi to even do the basic setup. Like I think in my head, I thought I could use the app locally on Wi-Fi to get to it. And maybe I could do that.
Welcome to your thermostat. Who doesn't want their thermostat to talk to them on their phone?
It's an AirPlay target. You can play music through your thermostat.
It has a speaker, like really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also has a microphone, so you can, hey robot, turn the temperature up and down. And I turned that off, but I don't trust that setting at all. Welcome to Get in a Market, where your job is real and your role is negotiable. Where we talk about product management and not about politics.
But the heat pumps are not negotiable,
the heat pumps,
because you weren't able to get that price down.
Yeah,
what was it? What was the damage?
14.
14,000.
This is one of the most direct impacts.
Was this coming from a tariffed country?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, there's a connection to product management in here somewhere. Earlier this year, we learned, we noticed last year that the prices were really high. Then we learned that we were leaking Freon, and so it was using the heat strips to heat. So we just burned money all winter. Love it. Favorite thing to do. And so then we were like, well, maybe we'll wait and see. We don't need to do it now. We can recharge it, but we're not going to turn the heat on. We don't run AC all that much. So at the time, it was like $8K per heat pump. For a heat pump to go in, and now it's gone up because of tariffs. So
to 14.
Yep, I think it was like maybe.
I mean, recharging is expensive. We had to do that a couple of years ago, and it was like $2,000.
Yeah,
I mean, it was nuts.
Exactly. That's where the unit is was 16 years old or something. So we were facing that same decision of just do we recharge it? Do we wait? Let's just wait. We don't run it. We don't really run AC all that much. So we'll just kind of go.
I love how compelling an episode this is for anybody who's still listening.
Right.
Which
Welcome
there's no
to
chance.
Get in a Market this week is about the joys of home ownership and heat pumps.
There are no, can I say this, for folks that maybe don't own their own home, which God bless you because you're making the right call. There's no joys to home ownership. It all kind of sucks worse than renting. The peace of mind of knowing that you're not responsible if something happens with your roof or your air conditioner or your heat pump or whatever, so nice.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you're making fun of me right now because those are all the things that just died in my house. Did you know we're getting a new roof in 2 weeks? Tell me about your fridge buying journey. Did you search up features? Did you look up different things? Or did you go to Lowe's and you're like, I couldn't care any less. Give me that one.
Do you do this where you just go to Wirecutter for anything that's over $100?
No.
That's my go-to is just Wirecutter. So I think I went there and they had kind of a take on, cause we got one of the ones that's French door pull-out freezer. There's a whole thing now where there's just the French doors where one's freezer, one's fridge. There's French door, fridge at top, freezer on bottom, but the water dispenser's on the outside. Ours is on the inside. I think that saved us some money. So there's all sorts of options now. It's choice paralysis looking at fridges.
Right. But think about the person who has your job at the refrigerator manufacturing company. We're I'm writing features that no one cares about. It's on the inside, it's on the outside. You can French, you want it on top or on bottom.
It is kind of annoying when the water dispenser's on the inside.
Really?
So that is kind of because you got to open the door and so then you're letting cold air out. So I'm sure it's less energy efficient, right? Because the door's open all the time.
So I had a conversation earlier this week, and I was like, "Oh, this would be kind of interesting to ask Nate and find out." The meta version of the conversation is how often do you feel people understand just how big of a job marketing is, and really what that part of that is do people understand all the different roles that are in there? This is my whole line of thought. Do they understand all the different roles that are in there? What they're supposed to do? Do I even know it? And how many times have you busted me being you don't know what the hell you're talking about?
I don't think people do, but I don't know that it's necessarily specific to marketing either. I guess I'm just maybe acutely aware of it because
Sure.
you've had to have those conversations with folks about like, oh yes, we don't do that on our team, but there's another team in marketing that does that, whatever. Yeah. I mean, I could say the same thing from my knowledge though about like customer success as an example.
True.
There are parts of the sales process that I would probably be surprised like RevOps doesn't handle and the AEs do or something. And so like I think there's probably blind spots for everybody just kind of as soon as you step outside your domain a little.
But like, I mean, the RevOps and AE thing, is that a process? You know, some teams might do this where other teams do that in the overall process. But just fundamentally, do you think people have a basic idea of what marketing is responsible for? This feels like a pointed question, and I can be more direct. It seems like the
What was
major
the example?
yeah, the major misunderstanding is marketing tells people what the thing does. And I'm like, well, that's like a small subset of what marketing does. And actually, I don't know how much I'd stand on this soapbox. Do you think marketing has some of the most complicated tech stack? Sounds like a crazy thing, but if you think about MarTech stacks and what people
They
can
have the
do,
most complicated.
different data sources, different things, various stuff of users all coming together, like the level of complexity that you can track a person is creepy and takes a lot of tech that's just secret sneaky.
I guess I get nervous saying that, and then someone's like, "Oh, well, you haven't thought about like all the stuff that
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Well, actually,
yeah, actually." Hey, dipshit, maybe you haven't heard about engineering. Well, it's probably more maybe complex than people would guess it is. Sure. Maybe if they were like don't know a ton about the current like marketing tech landscape, and certainly like I'll just go from the PMM perspective. As a PMM, you're using whatever your CRM is, whether it's Salesforce or HubSpot, whatever. You're probably also interacting with the marketing automation tool, which could be like Eloqua, Pardot, Marketo. You probably have a competitive tool, or at least you're managing that in a way that's going to be obnoxious to you in some sort of like, you know, PowerPoint or whatever. You've got probably at this point like an AI tool. You might be working within an ABM tool. But yeah, I mean, that's like, and especially as you start getting like to other parts of marketing who are.
Is there a perception of marketing is only outbound messaging, or if marketing is just inbound and what to do? And like.
Yeah, probably for some people. You know what? Like, what's funny is sometimes you'll get this thing that's like, hey, can you make this slide look better for me or make it pretty or whatever? There's like nobody in the world less good at that than me. Like, I kind of know a good slide when I see it, but I can't make you a good slide.
I talked to a marketing leader, I don't even know how long ago this was, a couple of years ago, but they basically walked through how much they can track of someone, you know, and it was scary and made my tinfoil hat pretty big. But then I thought, in order to do that, my head just went to like, well, how do I do that? And then it just like, whoa, that's a really complicated set of stuff and tools and whatever to bring all that together to get that level of precision. What'd you learn this week? Have you learned anything?
There's an article in the Wall Street Journal. CEOs are furious about employees texting in meetings. And it wasn't just about texting. It was kind of about like, you know, using the chat, the work chat and that sort of thing. It made me think about how a lot of times, and maybe this is just a me thing, I'm curious if this is you too. Like I go into meetings not knowing what like the meeting is or what my role is in it. And then like I find out on the call, but like one of my pet peeves is like joining a call and I'm like, you know, running late because a call ran over, whatever. And I join and the person's like, oh, good, Nate's here, we can start. No, you could start before that. Like, unless I know what like I'm there for, I should not be like a blocker to the call starting.
Yeah. And especially like as your career progresses, your neediness in the meeting is going down. And so it's almost like, oh, shoot, we have to stop because Nate's here.
You have to stop, yeah. But it was like, it's kind of a thing about how just meeting culture is kind of changed over time. And, you know, maybe people are tuning out because, like, they really shouldn't be on the meeting or it shouldn't be a meeting or they don't know what they're supposed to get out of this meeting. So, like, expectations aren't being set. Like, when you now spin up a meeting, do you put an agenda in the invite?
No, 0 times. I mean,
it's like you're contributing to this, John.
Yeah, I'm a part of the problem. I don't know what to do about that problem because I don't want to spend the time putting all that stuff in there.
Yeah.
You know, and like
But like, would you get mad if you clearly saw someone that's just like farting off on their phone?
Yeah, actually, funnily enough, this was however long ago. Whenever the iPad came out, the iPad Pro with the pencil, I was like, I'm gonna go full iPad. I kind of made myself a pilot of like, can you do your whole job with just an iPad? So I was like, I'm gonna try it out.
The answer seems like no, right? Like you can't.
Well, as a manager, I could get a lot more done because you don't do anything. I'm not contributing to society. But so in the end of it is in the meetings, I would just bring my iPad, bring the pencil, and I would at my desk, I'd use that. But then in meetings, I'd bring it around and take notes, handwriting. And it came up in my employee review. We know John's paying attention. We know he's engaged because they could see me. So just seeing what the screen was and knowing that I was paying attention, there was like a connection between, or maybe it was like it disproved an assumption that if someone's got a laptop screen up, they're not paying attention. They're just totally checked out.
They just didn't see like your rainbow doodles that you were
Yeah,
drawing.
exactly.
While going on.
Just me scribbling because I was angry about a thing.
But yeah, anyways, it does seem like some of this is also on the folks that like how mad can you be, right? If you're not setting expectations on the call, how judgy should we be if we're not like setting expectations at the top of the meeting or when we send the invite out? I guess is part of the point.
Here's my flip back to your tone on how often I make an agenda for my meetings. How often have you looked at an agenda for a meeting and prepared for it to show up in advance, as opposed to, we're talking about this. Good thing I know now. While they're introing, I can prepare myself and make it seem like I prepared.
I think the forcing mechanism for that is when there's like a thing that I have to input onto like a sheet or something.
True.
Then I will do it. If that's not there, I'm probably not reading the agenda either. So it's like it's a whole culture thing. Like it's everybody. I think that needs to kind of like. It's top to bottom. It's like the people sending out the invites. It all kind of needs a rework.
It's your fault, though, right? Like
it's definitely my fault.
Yeah.
I did learn a second thing, which is kind of interesting because I want to talk about it.
You had a big week.
Two things. It's a busy week. My brain's getting so big now from my head, all these wrinkles. There's a new CEO of Red Lobster who's like the youngest CEO they've ever had, but he's 36.
Whoa.
Like a youngin'.
Whoa.
And he's coming off of being
a server.
He no, he comes from like a private equity and a big bank background. But he turned around somebody. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the chain that he's turned around. But anyway, so now he's taking over Red Lobster, which obviously has gone through some really hard times. But I was going to ask you, when was the last time you went to a Red Lobster?
Ooh.
And I know there's one in Asheville. There's one right off at 240.
Yep.
You can hit it up tonight.
It might be when I was still dating my wife. I may have taken her there on a date.
Well, there's your anniversary planned out this year.
How hilarious.
Hit up that Red Lobster and get some Cheddar Bay biscuits.
The other part to that's kind of funny, and just like, why is Red Lobster having a hard go? We have a gift card for Red Lobster, like a $50 gift card that we've had.
So your anniversary dinner's paid for.
Well,
what are you doing?
We've had it for like a year. It's just sitting there.
Who gave that to you a year ago?
I don't know. Yeah, but like, how bad does a restaurant have to be where I could go there for free and I choose not to? Like,
will you though? Now that you're thinking about it, why not? Just go.
I don't know. I can get Cheddar Bay biscuits at Ingles, dude. I'll just make them at home. That's the only reason anybody goes.
I bet they've got more preservatives even at the store version. What's your thing? What'd you learn?
Do you know what DDoS is? Like DDoS stack? So I was like, I think that's what my kids are to me at 6 o'clock at night, right? So you come in at the end of the day, you're already kind of tired. And then just like this question, it's like, so just learning about myself, that's separate topics and separate questions all at the same time. And I just like legit shut down, and there's zero chance. Like by the end of the night, I'm done. I'm just, that's it.
I hear you. Has anyone ever suggested to you that you might be like ADD, ADHD?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I wonder about that myself sometimes.
About me?
Like, yeah. I just don't process things orally as well as I think other people do.
Mm-hmm.
Now on calls, a lot of times I'll throw transcripts up, the captioning, so I can just keep up with the conversations easier.
Is that a thing for people with ADD? Like you can't?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Supposedly.
Huh.
you know, like I have no idea if I have it or don't, and I don't know how much
Mm-hmm.
I care one way or the other. But it is a thing that maybe like for our age was probably a little like underdiagnosed. It was only the like I remember as a kid, the kids that got diagnosed and were on Ritalin and stuff, like they kind of stuck out.
Yeah, one of my good friends growing up was that. And you're like,
Yeah.
homeboy's got it for sure.
Yeah. But you know, maybe you're a little ADHD.
One of my friends, well, yeah, they became my friend. She was my boss in college, and like I was working. This is at the place that I worked. I was working, and they leaned over while I was talking, and they said, "Are you hyperactive?" And I thought that they were making a joke, and I was like, "Yep." And they said, "Me too. I've got some medications that's been helpful. I've talked to some." It's just like kind of really confided a lot in me, and I was like, "Oh, uh-oh."
Yeah.
And so then for the rest of the time I worked there, I just kept it going. And I, like every now and again they would make a little comment and I'd be like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And yeah, John knows. And I'm like, sure do. But I've never been diagnosed. I felt so terrible.
I mean, like, truthfully, non-zero chance that you have it. I've seen you jump from topic to topic. But,
All right. Good to see you, bud. Getting to Market every Tuesday right here on wherever here is for you, your favorite.
on NBC.
On NBC. Thanks to our sponsors, Kia and the other one. If you have questions, getintomarketpod@gmail.com.
Brought to you by Toyota Sienna.
Brought to you by Toyota Sienna.
Brought to you by a 2013 Toyota Sienna.
Mm-hmm. With 260,000 miles.
Yeah, that van can't smell good for kids that many miles.
Dude, it smells great.
Yeah.
I'll jar it up and send it to you.
Turn it into a candle.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.